Καλό μεσημέρι σε όλους. Thank you all for being here. Thanks to Economist for the invitation. I think this discussion links nicely to the previous one about investments that will make a difference. And I will take more of a technological view, of course, and try to address this subject of regional technology hubs and talent by referring to AI, and not just because AI is cool to talk about, but because I think AI now defines digital. AI is not a discrete technology that allows us to focus on a specific set of solutions, but it is more of a general purpose enabling technology, sort of like energy that fuels all all facets of the economy, and some say leading us into a new industrial revolution even faster this time. So in this digital world, the world of AI, there are three elements that everybody agrees are key enablers: data, compute power, and talent. And I think there is a fourth one: institutions, creating the environment, the ecosystem that will be conducive to adopting this technology. Now, before we go to the Eastern Mediterranean, if we take a bird's eye view, I think Europe as a whole is currently trailing in terms of AI. It is trailing in terms of data. China, I think, is probably winning there. In terms of talent and research levels, America is winning there. And in terms of compute power, the value chain of creating the semiconductors, the data center capacity that is needed, and again, America is controlling that aspect, with Taiwan playing a specific role. Now, Europe is also not willing in adoption. Based on a McKinsey survey, European organizations are lagging behind their US counterparts by up to 70% in certain industries in terms of adoption. Now, all of that, as an introduction, create opportunities, and as long as we are careful and quick to act. So this brings me to the Eastern Mediterranean region. With regards to innovation capacity, R&I, if we look at the map of the European Innovation Scoreboard for 2024, the only country from Southeastern Europe to be part of what is called strong innovators is Cyprus, and this is the third year in a row, so it's no coincidence. Now, this is reflected also in the Global Innovation Scoreboard. Cyprus is up one place from 28 to 27 this year, and then you have Israel, of course, which is part of the region at number 15. With regards to the digital space now, IMF's AI Preparedness Index of this year shows a similar picture. Cyprus is doing well, is showing good progress there, 34th internationally, globally. By the way, Israel again is at number 16, but again, it's mostly countries from the northern or northwestern part of Europe that are doing better. However, as I noted just now, opportunities are there, and in fact, the region of Eastern Mediterranean is showing some important traction. First of all, the Eastern Mediterranean region plays the role of a data superhighway via submarine cables connecting Europe, Africa, and Asia. This accounts for almost 95% of the communications traffic globally, making this region very relevant, a key player in the global digital economy. Number two, we are seeing infrastructure investments going on right now as we speak, investments in data centers, in submarine cables. Greece and Israel are very good examples of that, and this is a focus area for Cyprus as well. I think we heard it just now that investments in the technology sector over the past 2 years in Cyprus have been substantial, and we are leaders in terms of the percentage growth of FDI investments as well. Number three, there is increasing interest from surrounding growth markets to expand to Europe. And this makes countries like Cyprus ideal to play the role of a gateway, especially coupled with a pro-business environment, a very substantial package of incentives, tax incentives, and otherwise. And also Cyprus's small market size, that's also important. Again, we heard it all previously, I'm sure. And number four, The digital and innovation agenda is progressing in the region. We have been talking about Cyprus becoming a technology hub in the region for the past few years, 3-4 years at least, but I think it is now more relevant than ever. It now becomes more meaningful to talk about that. And before I close, allow me to share a couple of points about Cyprus. Going back to my theme on AI, what we have been doing here is we have been building some of the important preconditions for that. So Cyprus is one of the countries to have achieved, very few countries to have achieved 5G connectivity across 100% of the population. That's very important. We keep forgetting that in Cyprus. We are actually now proceeding to license in pilot mode millimeter wave frequencies, which is higher speed than 5G. And we are also deploying high-speed fiber optics connectivity for 100% of the population, and that's going to happen by the end of 2025. We will probably be the first country to have achieved that. The second point is that the technology sector is booming in Cyprus. As you've heard before, it's now reaching 13+% of GDP growth. It is the fastest growing sector of the economy over the past 5 years in particular, and this is mostly driven by a growing community of tech multinationals, which brings important dynamics with it. The startup and innovation ecosystems are growing as well. I said it before by referring to the indices. We have been building capacity of the research and innovation ecosystem over the past decade or so, and I think that's a remarkable achievement if one considers how short a period of time that is. And finally, tech talent is accumulating on the island, if I may use that phrase. ICT specialists make up 5.4% of the Cypriot workforce, which is well above the EU average, and having recorded this year a remarkable growth of 17.4% compared to 4.3% growth that is the EU average. Of course, this does not mean that we have solved the talent gap problem. In fact, building capacity in terms of talent and skills, I think in my view, remains a major consideration. Cyprus, being small, has an important opportunity to build talent density, and there is important talent potential to tap into. I think in Cyprus, a very well-educated workforce. We have the highest percentage of graduates with tertiary education in Europe. So in closing, just 2 comments. There are some great opportunities for our region, and I would just note that collaboration, externalizing our ecosystems is key. We are in fact doing exactly that in Cyprus with a number of mature ecosystems, but in particular with neighboring countries as well. And when you are small, you can more easily do so. And the second point in closing is what Evgenios mentioned before: digitalization of the public sector, digitalization of key sectors of the economy, but also cross-market backbone services like the EID that we announced last month and is going to be happening very soon before year end is crucial. We know that, and it is a priority. Thank you very much.